I am so thrilled today to have Eliot Middleton with us today as our guest, an auto mechanic who is committed to giving back to the community. Eliot, I was reading up on your story of how you have basically repaired cars and you are giving them to families who are without transportation. Tell me about what inspired you to do this.
Yeah, so being a mechanic for pretty much all my life, following in the footsteps of my dad, recently, like say maybe 2016, started a mobile barbecue business. With that, decided in 2019 I wanted to do a food drive for a small town that I won a competition in a barbecue competition. And going back to that small town to provide these Thanksgiving meals, I noticed that a lot of folks couldn't get to the meals because they did not have transportation to get to the location that we were at.
Wow.
So with that being, seeing all of that, I decided to retune my mechanical skills, and because you never forget what you learn by hand or anything, just started applying those things again and donating to that small town of Andrews, South Carolina. So that's where it started at, real small town right on the outskirts of Georgetown.
Interesting. That is incredible. So about how many cars do you think you've given away to date?
Year to date, we're at 67. We're looking to do 10 cars in July. So we've been doing all of this work in our backyard. There's really no shop or anything yet, so we're in the process of building a shop. We're having some more fundraisers to help with that, and then hopefully that'll make the car turn around a little bit quicker. But we have 10 cars that are close to ready, and we're going to donate those in July, so that'll put us up to 77 hopefully before July 31st.
Incredible. So the families don't have to worry about anything. They just can receive a vehicle if they are in need of transportation. Is that how it works?
So we have an application process that they go through online, and once your family qualifies or the individual qualifies, it can range from, say there's a young teenager that's just starting off and living out in the rural areas, as you know, in the areas on the outskirts of Myrtle Beach and Georgetown and Conway and other sides of Charleston. You need that transportation to get back and forth. So it can range anywhere from a young teenage male or female trying to get off and starting from work. It ranges from elderly folks back and forth to church, and somehow their vehicle may failed on them, and you got to have those moms and dads in church. So it's all type of families that receive these gifts. Go through a small application, and you're placed on a list, and sometimes you're drafted off the list pretty quick, and we can get you into a vehicle.
That is beautiful. I think this is phenomenal work that you're doing, and I love the fact that you're using your skill sets to give back.
Yes, ma'am.
So many times I feel like we want to be paid for our skills,
Right.
But
Right.
thinking about families who could truly benefit, I think that's great. I guess what would you say to some viewers who are watching and they're trying to figure out, well, how can I use my skills to help someone else?
Yeah, so believe it or not, everybody has some type of skill that they can help to utilize, to help the community out. It could be as just your physical skills and helping in some yard work. Elderly folks that just can't afford yard maintenance. If you can go over there for, an hour out of the week and help with some yard maintenance, that helps keeps that person grass cut, or simple as taking out the trash.
That's great. Well, how can we support what you're doing?
So we do have a GoFundMe on the GoFundMe website. And it's labeled as to continue helping folks in need. You can donate there. You can also find a lot of information on Facebook. It's Middleton's Village to Village Foundation. We have a page there, and we also have a website. And all these things you can find. It's www.middletonsvillagetovillagefoundation.org. You can find it there. You get to view live images of us donating cars, so that's very, very always interesting all of the time. A lot of folks join in when we want to try to let everybody know and get that feeling of how that person is surprised receiving a donor car.
That is great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sharing your story. It's so inspiring.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just wish you guys the best.
Thank you very much.